When did Terry fall?
About 2 days ago.
Correct. Terry fell 2 days ago. Very good. What did he break when he fell? What did he break?
His leg.
Yes, he broke his leg. That's correct. And why didn't they call for help? What was the problem? Who remembers? What was the problem?
The radio left.
Because the radio,
Yeah, they lost the radio, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because when he
Yes.
fell, he lost his radio, so they couldn't call for help. And do they want to come back next year? Do you remember? Does he want to come back? Terry?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Terry is not sure.
No.
You know, he's not very hopeful, but it seems that Carla wants to come back, right? Maybe she wants to kill him and marry another man. That's why she wants to come back, because he didn't die the first time. So she's thinking, maybe if we go again and he falls again, this time he dies and I can marry my cousin, maybe. All right, so it's a romantic story. This is my story. All right. Now let's check the other story, the one about the lottery and the dog. Okay. So where did Joe receive the check? Let's check. Where did he receive the check? Where? The place.
In the supermarket.
Market.
Correct. So he received it at the supermarket. Correct. And what did Joe write on the envelopes? What did he write on the envelopes? What did he write?
1 to 49.
Correct. He wrote the numbers 1 to 49 on the envelopes. Okay. And where did Joe put the envelopes? Where did he put the envelopes? Where did he put them?
In different places.
Correct.
In his house.
Right. In different places in his house. Correct. That's correct. Oops. Let's use the mouse. And why did the dog want to find the envelopes? What's the reason? Why did the dog want to find the envelopes?
Because because there's biscuits inside the envelope.
Correct. That's correct. What's the next question? Can you see the screen, or is it black? Can you see the screen? Can you see the book?
I can see.
Okay, so you can see the book. All right, so I can see it now. Let's go to the question, the next question. What does Joe want his dog to do now? What does he want his dog to do?
Joe wants Max to find him a girlfriend.
Yes, correct. So he wants the dog to find him a girlfriend. Maybe because he's good at finding things. All right, now let's do number 7. Number 7 is a new exercise. We didn't do it last time. So we are going to listen to 4 conversations about the news, okay? So here we have 4 conversations about the news. And it says here, which news story is each conversation about? Okay, so let's do part A first. So we have 4, we have 4 conversations. And which news story is each conversation about? Okay, so we want to answer what the news is about, okay? So we want to answer what the news is about. So let me go to your listening. Let's find the listening. All right. I think CD2. 7.10. Let's listen.
Face2face Elementary, CD2.
He didn't study very much. He wasn't a very good
A
student.
musical genius. Correct! Now, any records between 1958
happened?
One of them fell, and they lost their radio.
Oh dear. Are they okay?
Today, 32 people died in floods near Calcutta.
Okay, the next one. اللي بعد هذا.
And finally, supermarket manager Joe Hall won over £13 million in last night's lottery, thanks to his dog. Joe told reporters today that his dog Max chose the numbers. That's the news this Thursday lunchtime. And now over to Wendy Simmons for the travel news.
Recording 7.9.
Find. Found. Take. Took. Take.
The man who won this week's lottery.
King.
Yes.
Saw it on over 100 musical genius.
Are missing only 3 days after they started their...
Take. Took. Say. Said. Fall. Fell. Break. Broke. Lose. Lost. Choose.
Come on.
Chose.
Hello,
Salam. Hi, Najat. How are you today?
good, and you?
I'm okay. I'm looking for the CD track, as always.
One.
تغطية اليوم سيئة جدا
سيئة or جيدة?
الزاز سيئة جدا جدا جدا. Very bad.
I think it's good. I can hear you clearly, Najat.
But يا خايف ربع ساعة ولا نحاول.
But your voice is clear.
لو نقص ليش ندير حاجة ثانية صراحة.
Okay. Are you using an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay. With iPhones, there's a problem now. You have to put the code. You have to write it. الرابط ماشي يخش لك. نفس القصة مع سميحة نفس الموضوع عندي حتى طالب ثاني نفس القصة. If you're using an iPhone مرات الرابط ما يخشلكش يبدأ ماشي يخش لأن الزوم ده ينزل تحديث أمني. Okay, security. You have to use the meeting ID الدخلي يدوي في الفراغ and the password الدخلي يدوي. مرات اللينك ماشي يمشي معك. هذا ليش عطلك ممكن. Do you get the idea? Najat, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Najat? I think she disconnected. No problem. I'll tell her later.
Put. Tell. Told.
Recording 7.10.
Okay, finally, we are here. So we are going to listen to 4 conversations about the news, and then we will match each story. We'll match it to the news, okay? But just give me 1 second to tell Najat something.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Hello, Hana, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, doctor.
No problem, welcome. Okay, just let me send her. Okay, so maybe Hana will come back. I mean Najat. I think Hana and Najat, I think you should change your names, okay? So Hana, what name do you want to be? Choose another name. What do you want to be?
Najat.
No, another name, not Najat. Maybe, what names do you like, Hana? Do you like Marwa? Is Marwa okay? Can I call you Marwa?
Okay.
Okay, okay. Because your name is like Najat, and I call you Najat, and I sometimes say Hana to Najat. So maybe it's easier if we change your name and change her name to Mawadda, maybe Mawadda and Marwa. Okay, easier this way. Anyways, let's listen. Let's do the listening now. Okay, so we are going to listen to 4 conversations, and I'm going to repeat them. So let's listen.
Conversation 1.
Did you read about the man who won this week's lottery?
No. How much did he win?
Over £13 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's not the best bit. His dog chose the numbers for him.
You're joking.
Yes, apparently he wrote the numbers on envelopes and laid them...
Conversation 2.
Have you got family in India?
Yes, why?
Did you hear about the floods?
Oh, yes, isn't it awful? I saw it on the news last night.
Is your family all right?
Yes, they're fine. They don't live in that part of India.
Conversation 3.
Did you hear about that plane crash?
No, where was it?
Somewhere in China. Over 100 people died.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yes, I know. I've got a friend who works in China.
Conversation 4.
Did you read about the couple on Everest?
No. What happened?
One of them fell, and they lost their radio.
Oh dear. Are they okay?
Yes, a helicopter found them yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, the husband broke his leg.
Okay, so first conversation, can you remember? What was it about?
Lottery.
Yes, so the first conversation, the pictures. So the first conversation is about A, the lottery, right? The man and the dog who won.
Right.
Yeah, they won the lottery. Okay, the second conversation, what was it about?
Flood.
The floods. So picture B, the floods. The third conversation?
C.
Right, correct. The plane crash. And the last conversation?
D.
D, yes, about the missing people on Mount Everest. Correct. D is correct. Okay, now let's listen again. And I want you to match each sentence to the response. So we have a sentence and we have a response, okay? So let's listen one more time and let's match the sentence to the response. So let's go back a little bit.
Over 100 people died.
What happened?
One of them fell.
The man who won this week's lottery.
Musical genius.
Yeah. It's 1 o'clock, and here's Teresa Ross.
32 people died in flood.
Win. 1. Put.
The man who...
King.
Yes, apparently.
I saw it on the...
Over 100 people died.
One of them...
King.
Yes, apparently. The man who won this week's lottery. The man who won this week's... The man who won this week's lottery.
No. How much? Take.
Oh, come on.
Say. Said.
Okay, here it is. It's going to start. So this time we're going to listen to the same 4 conversations, but this time we want to match sentences with the responses, okay? Remember the lesson when we did the ones about responses. Do you remember it? We had a similar lesson. Yeah, showing interest. What was it? Showing, was it showing interest? I forgot.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you, being surprised, showing interest, you know, being sad. I forgot what they are, but this is a bit similar. So this is how to respond when someone tells you news. If the news is happy or surprising, you have to respond in a happy and positive way, of course. But if the news is very bad, you have to respond in a bad way. Not a bad way, but in a maybe sad way, okay? This is the idea. So let's listen.
Win. 1. Put. Put. Tell. Told.
Recording 7.10.
Okay.
Conversation 1.
Did you read about the man who won this week's lottery?
No. How much did he win?
Over £13 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's not the best bit. His dog chose the numbers for him.
You're joking.
Yes, apparently he wrote the numbers on envelopes and laid them...
Okay, so his dog chose the numbers for him. What's the correct response?
You're joking. F.
Yes.
F. You're joking.
F, you're joking. Correct. That's correct.
Conversation 2.
Have you got family in India?
Yes, why?
Did you hear about the floods?
Yes, isn't it awful? I saw it on the news last night.
Is your family all right?
Yes, they're fine. They don't live in that part of India.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the floods?
Yes.
Isn't awful.
Correct. What does it mean, awful? What's the meaning? Who knows the meaning of awful?
Terrible.
Very good. Yes, Kilani, correct. Awful means terrible. It means very bad or very sad. Yeah? So awful means very bad. If the weather is very bad, you will say the weather is awful. The weather is awful. It means it's very bad. Okay? All right. Now, let's listen to number 3.
Conversation 3.
Did you hear about that plane crash?
No, where was it?
Somewhere in China. Over 100 people died.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Yes, I know. I've got a friend who works in China. And she says that...
Okay, so over 100 people died.
Oh no, that is terrible.
No, that's
Oh no, that's terrible.
terrible.
Yes, correct. Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. Okay.
Conversation 4.
Did you read about the couple on Everest?
No. What happened?
One of them fell, and they lost their radio.
Oh dear. Are they okay?
Yes, a helicopter found them yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, the husband broke his leg.
Uh-huh. So one of them fell and lost their radio.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear. Are they okay?
Correct, yes. Oh dear, are they okay? Mm-hmm. And number 6, yes, a helicopter found them yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Correct. Oh, that's good. Okay, this means this is good news. All right, so the idea is, I don't think it's too difficult here, but they just want you to get to how to respond if someone gives you news or tells you news, okay? If someone tells you surprising news, you can say, really? You're joking. So this is surprising news, right? If someone gives you good news, you can say, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's good. If someone gives you bad news, you can say, that's awful. Or you can say, that's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible. That's awful. So this is how you can answer or you can respond This is how you can respond to the news. Now let's do number 8 together. Let's do exercise 8. So here we want to complete the gaps. Let's complete the gaps together, okay? So it says fill in the gaps in these questions and responses with these words. So we have questions A, and we have the response B, question A, response B. All right, so let's start with number 1. All right, Samiha, are you there? Would you like to do number 1?
Mm-hmm.
The question and answer.
Did you hear about that plane crash?
Good.
No.
No?
Didn't.
What's the correct word? You have one of the 3 words. About, happened, was. What's the correct word?
Happened. No.
Can we say?
No, it happened. Where happened it?
Are you sure?
Or was it?
Which do you think is better?
Was, I think.
Correct. You're right. Where was it is the correct answer. Okay. Selma, would you like to do the second one, number 2?
Okay. Did you read about the couple on Everest?
Okay.
No. No, what happened?
Okay. No, what happened? Okay, very nice. Now, this is just an example. These are just examples of someone talking about the news. This is how people usually in the UK, this is how they talk about the news. One of them says, did you hear about da-da-da-da-da? I think we do the same thing in Libya, right? When we want to talk about the news, we just say, we do the same thing. سمعت بيه مش عارف شيء مش عارف شيء. نفسها نديروا فيها احنا اعتقد في ليبيا نفس الموضوع نديروا فيه. So it's the same thing. Did you hear? مرات يقولوا have you heard? Did you hear? Have you heard? Okay, now let's fill in the responses. So we have here, fill in the responses from A to F in number 7B. So the responses معناها حناخدوهم من هنا. اوكي سمع ممكن افضل نخلو مع بعض باين. Okay, so let's complete the responses, but let me write the answers one more time. Okay, Najat, would you like to start? Can you fill in the responses for good news? What do we say for good news? The responses.
That's good.
Okay, so you can say, oh, that's good. What else can we say? Anything else? Can we say anything else, Najat?
Dear, are they okay? I think.
Do you think this is better for good news or bad news?
For good.
For good?
Yes. Just asking.
But if it's good news, do you say, oh dear? Do we say this for good news?
Surprising.
What do you think, Kilani?
Really?
Let's see someone else's opinion. What do you think about, oh dear, are they okay? What do you think?
Bad news.
I agree with Kilani. I think he's right. It's about bad news, especially in England, in the UK. Oh dear. Oh dear, it means you've heard something that's not very good. Usually this is what they say. Okay, now Hannah, what about bad news? What else is from bad news? What other responses are for bad news?
Oh dear, are they okay?
Okay. هذه الأولى صح. We wrote this, correct? Is there another one?
Oh no, that's terrible.
Correct.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Right. Oh no. That's terrible. Not capital. That's terrible. Correct. And do we have another one in bad news?
It's awful.
Correct. That's right. We also say this in bad news, right?
Yes, it's awful.
Yes. Isn't it awful? Isn't it? We need. Isn't it awful? All right. What about surprising news? Rashid, what do you think for surprising news? What do we say?
You're joking.
Yes, you're joking. Is there anything else we say for surprising news?
Really?
Yeah, really. It's answered. Correct. Of course, here these are only examples, but there are other expressions that usually people use when they're surprised, when they hear bad news. I think especially if the bad news is personal, right? If someone says, my cousin had an accident, you know, or they stole my father's car, you know, bad news, but it's not يعني مش إخبارية, it's not on the news, it's personal. Do you get my idea? Do you get my point?
Yes.
The response is different. It's a bit different.
Sorry.
Yes, that's correct. Very good, Najat. That's what they say. So they say, I'm sorry. Sometimes they say, I'm sorry to hear about it. I'm sorry. حتى I'm sorry بروحها تكفي في العادة. So هذه ممكن معلومة إضافية. لو حد جاب لك أخبار شخصية عن حاجة صارت له, maybe you know أي خبر سيء, you know وفاة, حالة وفاة, حاجات زي هذه.
Oh dear.
أو أفضل إجابة ب I'm sorry. لو صديقك أو شخص هو مقرب ليك حكى لك أو صاحبك أو كذا عندهم حالة وفاة, في الإنجليزي أول حاجة يقولوا I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry يقولوا. ومرات لو كانت حالة وفاة من ال يعني حالة وفاة قريبة للصديق, هذه يستعملوا في كلمة يقولوا my condolences. Condolences. تعازية بالضبط, تعازية. My condolences. My condolences.
Difficult word.
It's a difficult word. Yes, my condolences. هذا ليش sorry sorry في العادة يعني easier. I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry. مرات يقولوا I'm sorry for your loss. لأن الموت يعتبر loss, خسارة اللي عايش.
I'm sorry تقدر للمرض.
تقدر تقول I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope you get better soon. I hope she gets better soon. I'm sorry to hear about that. فعادة I'm sorry ديما للأخبار الشخصية. مش أخبار النيوز, مش النشرة يعني. الأخبار الشخصية السيئة كلها ديما أبدأ ب I'm sorry. هذه قاعدة عامة يعني. I'm sorry بعدين نضيف إضافات. I'm sorry for your loss لو الشخص توفى. I'm sorry to hear about that. هذا خبر سيء بصفة عامة. حد مرض, حد accident خنبوا منه حاجة. I'm sorry to hear about that. ولو حاجة رسمية my condolences. تعازية. My condolences. اوكي, فيعتبر حتى هذا يعتبروا responses, ردود, جمل الرد يعني, يعتبروا من ضمن العيلة اللي اخذناهم فقط الفرق انه مش للنشرة يعني للأخبار الشخصية bad news. Alright? Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on.
Doctor,
yes?
yes, about oh dear, I think we can't use it for everyone, isn't it? For a very close person, not
yeah,
or,
I think usually yes, usually for close people you're right, because even this kind of conversation when someone tells
usually,
you
yes.
yeah, if someone tells you
two close persons.
correct, but here dear we don't mean it بمعنى عزيزي dear. It's not the same meaning. Here oh dear بمعنى oh my god نفس الطريقة.
Yes.
بنفس الطريقة لكن حتى بصفة عامة what you said is right, because usually when people say for example did you hear about كذا كذا, usually this is between friends في الغالب صح لا؟ يعني لو حد بيفتح لك موضوع على الأخبار في الغالب يعرفك يعني مش not a stranger صح لا؟ So usually this kind of conversation من أساسها هو عادة يا إما بين friends, relatives, family, maybe co-workers, maybe people you see at work every day. ممكن حتى ما يفتح المواضيع هذه. فرد اللي هو oh dear oh فما يقصدوش بها عزيزي dear. القصد منها زي oh my god يا إلهي يعني تعجب أكثر منها أي شيء تاني oh dear.
أكثر من تحية يعني أو حاجة.
لا أكثر منها تحية. لا تعتبر تعجب نوع من التعجب. oh dear نوع من التفاجؤ أو الانصدام. oh dear.
Okay.
Okay. Do we do that? I think here نبي عنا تحني تعبيرات نديروا فيها لما نسمع أخبار سيئة.
نحسها تمشي حتى مع السبرايزنج ولا؟
تمشي حتى مع ممكن تمشي مع surprising. Especially كان surprising بطريقة bad مش surprising good.
bad.
هم هنيتوا مستعملينكم surprising يعني يميل لأنه يكون good أو مضحك أو ممتع صح ولا؟ لكن لو surprising لو شيء مفجع.
surprising مرات تجي bad صح.
surprising هم هناك في العادة surprising يستعملوا فيها surprising so surprising هي زي ما تقول حيادية عادة بصفة عامة عندهم. surprising لا هي bad لا هي good. ممكن حيادية أكثر منها. ممكن احنا في ليبيا أي شيء مفاجئ مش كويس بيكون. لكن ممكن بالنسبة للإنجليزية أعتقد surprising حيادية نوعا ما. It's not bad. It's not good.
Doctor, unexpected.
Something unexpected.
Unexpected.
Yes, something unexpected. Correct. حاجة غير متوقعة صح. لكن احنا نحاول نقرر لأن السؤال الكيلاني ممتاز يسأل هل ممكن السربرايزنج هل تكون حاجة bad مثلا. في السياق اللي هنا عطينا في الدرس عطينا surprise كgood يعني قصة اللوتري. So it's usually surprising is a good thing. هما ممكن في كلمة تانية أفضل اللي هي تخلط لك السربرايزنج مع الباد اللي هي shocking. shocking اللي هي فيها كومبو بين surprising و bad. That's oh dear that's shocking news. It was shocking news. It's so bad to hear about that. فشيء صادم هو bad و surprising. بس surprising أحس فيها حيادية أو تمين ممكن أنها تكون good أكثر منها bad. كان عندي نقطة كنت بقولها نسيتها. Yes, okay. هذا بالنسبة للردود يعني. طبعا حل المواضيع هذه فيها نوع من المرونة لأنها تعتبر conversation أكثر منها grammar أو vocab. الأشياء اللي هي في daily conversation هي هذه الفكرة. أغلب الحشات هي نقولوا فيها بصفة عامة يعني. Okay. تمام. Let's move on. Let's check the next exercise. خلينا نشوفه. All right. So هنا عندنا practice listening. Let's do the listening. We're going to listen to the questions. نفس questions اللي كملناها هنا. خلينا ندو الإجابات أفضل. Okay, so we're going to listen to the questions, but this time we are going to practice, okay? So we have the question and the response. So let's listen to the question and let's listen to the responses. Okay, so I'd like you to listen and repeat, please, okay?
Recording 7.11.
Did you hear about that plane crash?
Okay, can you repeat?
Did you hear about that plane?
Did you hear about the plane crash?
Okay.
Did you hear about that plane crash?
No, where was it?
Yeah, where was it?
No, where wasn't?
Where was it?
No, where was it? No, where was it?
Did you read about the couple on Everest?
Did you read about the couple on Everest?
Did you read about the couple on Everest? Yeah.
Did you read about the couple of on Everest?
No, what happened?
No, what's happened?
No, what happened?
What happened?
No, what happened?
Correct, right.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, this is good news.
Oh, that's
good.
Yes, isn't it awful?
Yes.
Yes, isn't it awful?
Yes, isn't it awful?
Yes, isn't it awful?
Yes, this is bad news, of course. Isn't it awful? مرات ما يقولوش isn't it awful، مرات يقولوا that's awful, that's awful. يعني في نوع من المرونة يعني عادي.
Oh dear. Are they okay?
Oh dear, are they okay?
Oh dear, are they okay?
Are they okay?
Oh dear, are they okay?
Oh no, that's terrible.
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 Really?
Really?
Really? Really?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think we have something like this in what do we say here in Libya? When we والله جديات كيف يا كيلاني؟
Yeah.
Yeah, صح نستعمل. We also say لا لا. We also do that here. So in English, actually, we do a lot of things.
ما تقولهاش.
ما تقولهاش. Yeah. لكن لاحظوا هذول كلهم بصفة عامة يعتبروا كويسة صح؟ لأن حد يقول لك أخبار بصفة عامة كويسة لما تدير له هيك لما ترد عليه لا ما تقولهاش. Yeah. I think it's surprising, but in a good way. Not surprising, not shocking. I mean. فأعتقد حتى في ليبيا هنا مشابه الموضوع نوعا ما. In English, sometimes they say you're joking. You're joking. معناته يقولوا no, you're kidding, right? You're kidding.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? لكن are you kidding me يديروا فيها حتى تعتبر response لنوع من الإهانة. لو الشخص جاته إهانة وممكن الطرف اللي يتسبب في الإهانة مش مدرك. فمرات اللي يرد الريسبونس يقول are you kidding me؟ لو حاجة مثلا ناشة في الطريق أو حاجات زي هذه يعني. في الغالب
في المواقف مثلا خفية وحاجات هيك عادة ديما يستخدموا فيها. كل مقلب حاجة
بالضبط يعني من الصدمة مش مستوعب are you kidding me؟ يعني هو يبها تكون مسحة من كثرة ما هو مصدوم
بالموقف صح.
فيستعملوا فيها are you kidding me. هناك مرات لو كانت can use you're kidding فزي joking يقولوا you're kidding. فحتى هي يعني يستعملوا فيها أحيانا. Okay.
You're joking.
You're joking.
You're joking.
You are
Yeah.
joking.
All right, so these are examples of responses. I think these are good in conversation if you're chatting with an English friend or with a friend in English. These are good. Okay, I think we have another exercise, also conversation exercise, 110. Let's check it. I think we can do it together. And the other one is 118. 110. Okay, it's this one. Okay. Okay, so here we have, it's a bit of a conversation exercise, I think. We need two students, two of you. One of you will start, so student A will start with this question. Did you hear about, okay, so one of you will start, did you hear about? And of course, student B will say, no, what happened? Or no, where was it? So you can use both. زوز ماشي حالة. And then student A, of course, will talk about the news. Student A will say what happened, right? For example, so student A is going to give details. حيعطي تفاصيل student A. And then, depending on the news, if it's good news, if it's surprising news, you're going to say, you're joking, really, if it's surprising, okay? Or you can say, oh, that's good. هذا كله لو كان surprising or good, هنستعمله ثلاثة هما. Of course, if it's bad, فخلينا نقسمهم يكون أحسن. So, if it's good news, good or surprising, if it's good or surprising, we want to use this box. Okay, but if it's bad or shocking, we can use this box. Okay, so this is going to be with, you know, what happened كذا كذا. So this is student B. حتى الرد هذا حيكون ل student B. All right. So and of course student A will talk about the details of the news. Okay, so who would like to go first? Who would like to start first? Let's start with Kilani. Would you like to start?
Okay.
Okay, so Kilani and Najat, okay? So one of you can be A and the other one can be B, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you
Did
can start.
you hear about big flood? Did you hear about big flood?
Yes, of course. It's a big.
Yes, all of Libya is flooding now.
That's terrible.
باش تفكروا الحصة اللي فاتت last lesson we talked about flood and today we have floods around the country, right? So
yes.
This is the attraction zone.
Yeah, so okay, على الأقل
Yes,
تتعلموا vocabulary.
I heard I live in this flood.
I live near the floods.
In the flood itself. That's terrible. And the government have to do something before the winter time.
Yes, The government
Maybe-
is terrible too, yes. Everything is terrible.
Maybe they disappear.
Yes. Or maybe they should give us boats to move and go to work and do something, to live and go to the supermarket. We should change Tripoli to Venice. Like Venice. They should put everything a little higher. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Tell her about something else. Kilani, tell her about other news.
Did you hear about a man who found $1 million?
Yes, yesterday. No, what happened? Tell me what happened.
He found the money under the kitchen floor.
Nice. And tell her a little more. And what did he do?
Where was it?
And he gave money to his family.
That's good.
Okay.
نزيد نفلم شوية ولا؟
Yeah. زيد شوية زيد.
He gave money to his dog.
Good. I like it.
Yeah.
He gave his money to his dog.
Yes, because the dog doesn't spend a lot of money. Not like the family. The family will spend it, but the dog, he will keep it safe.
Keep it safe, yeah. Did you hear about tourists lost in Africa?
Did you hear about them, Najat? I think she's going to disconnect. Najat, are you there? All right, maybe someone else can answer it because she can't hear you, I think. Okay, so Kilani was asking, did you hear about the tourists lost in Africa? Okay, Samiha, you can answer him.
No, when was it?
They were in Sabha. There.
Okay, so Samiha, you can say, for example, what happened?
What happened?
They lost for 2 weeks.
So you can say they were lost. They were lost.
They were lost, yes. For 2 weeks.
That's terrible.
And other tourists found okay.
كويس, but
okay.
بعد 2 weeks هي قالت لك oh that's terrible. انت تزيد لها الاخبار الكويسه ده.
And other tourists found okay now.
Samiha, he told you that other tourists found them and they're okay now. So what should you say?
Oh, that's good.
That's good. But their car crashed and all of them died now.
What, دكتور؟
أنا زدتك شوية في الخبر. So I said that the other tourists found them and they're okay. But then I added, but when they were coming back to the airport, they had a car accident and all of them died.
Oh dear, are they okay?
They died.
Died. Oh.
Sorry about.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Can you say you're joking?
You're joking.
It's awful.
Yes, that's terrible is better than you're joking. But I was joking. because I was giving like bad news, good news, but they died at the end. So
Bad end.
Bad ending, yes. It's a bad ending to a story. All right, let's see someone else. Maybe okay. Let's try with Rashid and Hannah. Okay. Okay. So Rashid, so you can be A and maybe Hannah can be B or the opposite. And تقدروا تضيفوا تفاصيل في القصة طبعا. هنا أعطيك مجرد زي ما تقول فكرتين، لكن تقدروا تعطوا شوية تفاصيل أكثر زي ما دار الكيلاني. It's very good. تعطوا معلومات أكثر يعني. Okay, so Rashid, you can start. Did you hear about, or did you read about?
Did you hear about the man who put his expensive car under the ground?
Oh, that is good.
لا قبل ما تقولي that is good انت بتسأليه وين صار الخبر هذا ولا امتى ولا كيف ولا هو قال لك the man who شن صار يا راشد. What did he do? He found
دفن سيارته الغالية.
He buried
Why?
his.
Why?
He want to use it when he did.
Oh, there. It's a terrible.
She didn't like the news, Rashid. That's terrible. All right. I think it's, for me, I would say, oh, that's good. So when he dies, he will, you know, have his car with him. It's better than leaving it to the children. All right, that's good news. That's a good story. Can you think of another thing, Rashid? Of another story? تقدر تعدل حتى في هذا شوية، مثلا تغير الأماكن، تغير المدة، maybe you know هذا بدل flood نديروا مثلا كارثة ثانية. Blackout, yes. Did you hear about the big blackout? Yeah, so this is good news. Not good, but this is true news, I think. It's real news. Okay, so Rashid, ask, maybe you can ask, let's see, Selma. You can ask her about the blackout, and Selma, of course, you will use the same answers. You'll use the responses here. So you can say, no, what happened? Where was it, for example? وبعدين هو Rashid will give you more details on blackout. بيعطيك شوية معلومات أو شوية من المشاكل اللي صارت. And then you can give your final response. تقدر تعطي ردك الأخير. Okay? So Rashid, you can start. Tell her about, ask her if she knows about the blackout.
Did you hear about the blackout?
No, where was it?
The electricity engineers, they say the two stations get out from the.
Yeah, so the electrical engineers, they said the two stations stopped working.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Oh no, that's terrible. Good, that's good. All right, very nice. Let's try it with, so maybe Samiha can ask, no, Najat, the opposite. So maybe Hannah can ask Samiha this time. Okay, so Hannah, you can be A and Samiha can be B. So Hannah, you can start by saying, did you hear about, وتختاري طبعا من الأخبار هادو. And then Samiha will answer you. No, what happened? No, what was it, for example? And you give her some details. أعطيها شوية تفاصيل من اللي مكتوب from here. And then she will give you her response, her final response. Okay, so you can start, Hannah.
Did you hear somebody swimming to Italian with boat?
No. Where was it?
لما نقول هجرة غير شرعية شو نقول؟
You can say illegal immigration. Illegal immigration. So هذا ممكن تبدي به السؤال، تقدر تقولي did you read about the illegal immigration? Did you read about the illegal immigration? مثلا.
Did you hear a legal
about immigration? Immigration.
Immigration?
Mm-hmm.
No. Where was it?
So you have to say where was it, the country or the place. Hannah, where was it?
To Italian.
It was from Libya to Italy, or it was in, you can say in the Mediterranean.
From Libya to Italy.
Correct. لو بتسمي البحر المتوسط you can say in the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, that's terrible. Are they arrived safe?
Yes, maybe arrived, maybe no.
Oh, no.
Maybe died.
Okay, so did they arrive safely? انت تقولي بعض منهم yes, بعض منهم no. So you can say some of them did, some didn't. شنو حيكون الرد سميحة؟
Oh, that's awful or that's terrible.
Very good. That's awful or that's terrible. Okay, خلينا كويس الموضوع هذا، خلينا نديره من الأول بالكلمات المصلحة توا. Okay, so معناها you will start هنا by saying did you hear about the, I think لازم نستعمل حتى the هنا.
The illegal immigration.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you start هنا?
Did you hear about the illegal immigration?
Immigration.
No. Where was it?
In the
Mediterranean Sea.
Mediterranean Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's terrible. What are they? Did they arrive safely?
Did they arrive? Some of them died. Some did.
Okay, some of them did, some didn't. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Didn't.
And then what do you say, Samiha? At the end?
I think you said some of them died.
No, some of them did. يعني بعض منهم وصلوا, but some of them didn't. اللي ما وصلوش أكيد ماتوا معناها. Some of them, some didn't. Okay. So you have to say ردك الأول كان صح. Oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
Can we add so or not? So terrible. So
yeah, you can.
Is very. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can say that's so terrible. That's really bad. That's really awful. Really awful. That's so bad. That's so terrible. لكن هي terrible عادة من الadjectives اللي يسموا فيهم عندهم اسم. We don't add anything to them. لأن هي terrible already معناها very bad. You get the idea. So if you just say terrible, voila. بالنسبة ل Mediterranean في بعض الكلمات في الإنجليزية فيهم نوع من التعقيد لها علاقة من أصولها. مثلا لو نجون نشوفوا كلمة Mediterranean اللي هي med جاية من middle, medi في النص منتصف. طبعا terra terra اللي هي باللاتيني الأرض أرض اللي هي الترجمة الحرفية كأن باللاتيني نقولوا البحر وسط الأرض، لأن في الحضارات القديمة كان هو ذا يحوض البحر المتوسط، وهذا اللي المعروف يعني سواء أيامات يونان القديمة أو روما. فكانت كلها أرض اللي هي لو نعتبره شمال أفريقيا وأوروبا موصولة، وهذا البحر اللي وسط الأرض صح لا؟ حتى احنا في العربية نقولوا له البحر المتوسط لأنه جاي بين أرض من فوق اللي هي أوروبا ومسكر يعني بمضيق طارق، بس هو اللي يعتبر زي البحيرة. So this is هذه الأصل للكلمة من وين جاية، منتصف الأرض يعني Mediterranean من اللاتيني، ممكن الرومان بسمينه. Okay, so I think you get the idea how to ask about news and how to respond, طريقة الاستجابة. Okay, let's go back and do our next topic. Let's check our next topic. Okay, so we talked about the news. Let's check our next topic. Okay, do you know any jokes? Do you know any jokes? So here we'll talk a little bit maybe about, I think, comedy or a little bit about jokes. Okay, so today we'll talk a little bit about articles. Of course, everybody knows a and an. We use them, we've been using them since beginner, I think. Everybody uses a and an. It's clear, right? A for consonants, and for vowels, right? So a laptop, a book, a door, but an for elephant, an apple, an umbrella, and so on. So this is clear. But السر كله في قصة ذا فيها شوية rules، فيها شوية I think some ideas. We are going to learn a little bit about how to use in this lesson, okay? So let's start with the first question. It says here, what's your favorite comedy program or favorite film? Does anybody like comedy? Who likes comedy here? Movies or programs? Who likes comedy? Kilani?
I like.
Rashid too. Okay, you also like comedy. Selma and Najat, do you like comedy?
Yes.
Selma likes comedy. Najat, I think you're serious. You don't like comedy, Najat. Do you like comedy?
I don't mind, but
a little bit of comedy is okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, but what about your favorite comedy program or show, or maybe movie? What about you, Rashid? What's your favorite film? Your favorite comedy film?
Ride Alone.
Ride Along. Ride Along. Ride Along with.
Ride Alone.
Ride Alone.
Alone.
Alone?
Yes.
Is it what's his name? Ice Cube and the other one?
Yes.
The short one, what's
yes.
his name? Kevin. What's his name? Kevin. Yeah, it's about the policeman, right? The police car.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's a nice movie. What about you, Kilani? What's your favorite comedy show or comedy movie? Even the Arabic ones, if you like any Egyptian or Arabic ones. Do you have a favorite show?
مسرحية.
You can say play. Okay, what's your favorite play? Mm-hmm. So, مسرحية play.
مسرحية مصر.
You mean Egyptian plays? You like Egyptian plays?
Egyptian place.
ما يقولوش performance.
performance مش مسرح في العادة. performance اللي هو كعرض بصفة عامة، لأن في هلبة حاجات performance. المغنيين حتى ما نقدر نسموهم مرات performers، لأنها حيكونوا على stage وفي أحيانا رقص مع السينجينج، نقدر نسموهم performers. لكن عادة لو ندوي عن مسرحية ومسرح بطريقة تقليدية we say play. I went and saw a very interesting play. He's written many plays. ندوي عن الكتاب نفسهم. So I think play may be a little more specific. So what's your favorite play, Abdurrahman? What do you like? Your favorite, the best play?
سعيد الزعيم.
Yes.
عادي أي مسرحية.
So you like plays in general. Any play is good.
General, yes.
Okay.
في مسلسل نسيته حتى هو أمريكي.
What is it?
فرج عليه قبل ولا نسيته حتى هو.
Is it Friends?
Friends, I think.
أيوة yes Friends.
Yeah, Friends is also is funny I think. Comedy. لكن طبعا يصنفوا فيه Friends يقول لك sitcom، يسموا فيهم sitcom. Okay, sitcom هي اختصار ل situational comedy، اختصروا فيها situational comedy، فبدو يسموا فيهم sitcoms. So a sitcom عادة لهم هذه المسلسلات اللي ضحكوا زي Friends. Do you remember The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Who remembers? Will Smith. It's very old. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Do you know it?
No.
No.
Do you know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Do you know it, Hannah? It's a sitcom.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Very good. Yes. Mr. Bean is another comedy show. Yeah. It's very popular. Mr. Bean. Okay, so these are examples of. Sorry. Did you say anything else?
Comedy.
It's comedy, yes. It's
comedy.
Correct. Yes. Mr. Bean is. It's funny. It's comedy. Okay. What about jokes? Who likes listening to jokes or telling jokes?
Me.
Rashid, do you like listening or do you like telling jokes?
Two.
Both? You like both?
Yes, both.
Listen.
Kilani, you like to listen to jokes?
Yes.
Okay. What about the girls here? What about you, Samiha, Hannah, and Selma, Najat? Do you enjoy telling? You like listening to jokes. You like listening to jokes. Selma, do you like Samiha? What about you? Do you like telling jokes?
Yes.
I
started telling. I will laughing before.
But so this means
I can't complete the joke.
You can't complete the joke. Okay, because in some jokes you have to be serious to say it till the end, right? So I think it's hard. Which do you think is easier, to tell a joke or to listen to a joke?
To listen, hard or
listen.
Yeah, to listen is easy, of course, but to tell a joke, I think it's a little harder, right? Yeah, you need to be a little artistic.
Yes.
You need to be artistic. What about
What's
writing?
Mean?
Artistic. Artistic, it comes from art. Do you know art? We have art.
Yes.
And we have artist. Artist is the person who does art. And we have artistic is the adjective. It means someone who's good with art, an artistic person. Right? So we have art. What does art mean in Arabic?
Fun.
Correct, yes. And artist?
فني. فنان.
فنان. Yeah. And artistic?
فنان.
Artistic is the adjective. So فني.
فني. فني. ممكن.
Yeah, فني. مبدع maybe. Artistic. Yeah, artistic.
art يعني رسم.
art يستعمل فيها عامة هنا. يستعمل فيها لأي نوع من الفنون أو الإبداعات يعني. رسم، مسرح، تمثيل، موسيقى. في العادة مشمولات كلهم. أدب، حتى هم أحيانا نشملوا فيه رسم قلنا. عادة الآرت تشملهم كلهم يعني. نحت، أي من الفنون والإبداعات هذه اسمها فيها art. All right, okay. So now let's check the verbs. We have some verbs in the box. Okay. I think you know all of them, but I'm going to read them. So we have love, hate, come, laugh, cry, say, buy, sit, wait, start, see, and happen. All right, so these are the verbs we have here. Is there, can you see any new verbs here, or do you know all of them? I think they're not new, right?
Right.
Yes, okay, so now we want to talk a little bit about the past of these verbs, the past simple. So we want to change them to the past. And then we want to put them into groups. We want to put them into regular and irregular groups, okay? But first of all, let's change them. So how do we change love to the past?
Loved.
Loved. Correct. Correct. Yeah, we only add D. Correct. What about hate?
Hated.
Hated. Very good. What do we add?
Hate.
D.
Hated.
D. Yes, hate,
D.
hated. D, only D. Come.
Came.
Came.
Came. Good, good. Laugh. What about laugh?
Love.
Laughed. ED.
Laughed. Yeah. Correct, Najat. Yes. ED. It's a regular verb, right? Laugh, laughed. So we only add ED for laugh. Laugh, laughed. Cry.
Cried.
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 Cried. Remove the
Cried.
and add IED.
Right, that's correct. We remove Y and we put IED. So cry, cried.
E.g.
IED, cried, cried. Like study, studied, we remove, let's write the ones we finished, okay? I'm going to write them. So we did love, loved, hated. We did came, laughed, cried. What about say?
Said.
Said. Correct. Buy.
Both.
Bought. Yeah. All right. Buy, bought. Correct. What about sit?
Sat.
Sat is correct. What about wait?
Waited.
Waited. It's a regular verb. Okay. What about start?
Started.
Started is correct. And see?
Saw.
Right. Saw. See, saw. Happen?
Happened.
Right. Correct. ED. Okay. Which ones are regular? Which ones are irregular? What do you think? Which group is regular?
Loved. Hated.
This is loved.
Loved. Right. Come.
Loved. Say, no. Waited. Started.
Okay, so actually all of them except maybe let's change the color.
Came.
Oops.
Start.
Came. Bought.
Came.
say وست.
came وسد
Came,
bought sat
see
bought,
So
saw,
said
sat. What about
It-
said? Said. Is it regular or irregular?
irregular
irregular.
came
I think it's regular, right?
said
I think it's regular, said.
see.
Because it ends with
Yeah.
D, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
because it ends with D,
AID is AID said.
so isn't it regular? What do you think? Or not regular?
Irregular.
irregular.
Regular, regular.
Okay, we can check it. We can check it in at the back of the book. So we have the list. We're going to check the list then in page 100.
لأنه ما فيش إي.
ما فيهاش اي but فيها حاجات ما فيهمش اي حتى love ما فيهاش اي تانية صح ولا؟ love loved we only
بعد الآي ما فيش إي ما.
صح انت كلامك صح. لو بنقارنه مثلا ب cry cried with cry we add there's an e صح but said there's no e. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll go check the verbs in 159. لو لقيناها معاهم say said, this means you're right. It's irregular. I think it's regular, but I'm not sure. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's go to page 159 and let's check the irregular verbs. And we can look for... All right, here they are. Let's check.
Regular. Say.
Do we have say?
Yes.
Yes, you're right, Kilani, you're right. صح كلامك. So we can see say, said, said. Because there's no E, just D. غالبا شوية لكن. عادة D كل واحدة اللي فيها D spent. Yeah, because it's the only one.
Said, say.
Yeah, said, said, say, said, said. But if you check the other verbs, can, could. All right, so this means حتى said تعتبر irregular. Let's look. Okay, so this means we have loved, hated, laughed, cried, waited, started, and happened. Okay, these are regular. And irregular, we have saw, sat, bought, said, came.
Came.
Yeah, these are the ones. Okay, very nice. Okay, so we can go back and let's check the next exercise. But I think I have a question. I want to see. Okay, so I have a little pronunciation question. Okay, so this is a bit of an exercise. Who can do all of them correctly without any mistake? Who'd like to try? Let's start with Rashid. You can try, Rashid.
Boat, bat, bat, beat, bit, beat, bot, beauty.
Okay.
It's
so,
hard word.
Okay. But some of them are correct. كانت في مجموعة منهم صح. Okay, very good. Very nice. Good try, Rashid. Who else would like to try? All right. احنا كنا نبغى نجربه. Okay, so who said I would like من يتكلم توا؟ Okay, Selma, you can try. دورك سلمى.
boot, bat, bit, but, beauty.
Okay, so some of them are correct, not a lot, but good. محاولة كويسة. شوفوا من دور من يتوجه. Let's Kilani, would you like to try? Give it a try, Kilani.
Yeah. وشوفين بطل.
Okay.
Boat, what? But, bat, bait, beat, bite, bit, bite, but, beauty.
Okay, that's also good, Kilani. Nice. Samiha, are you there? Samiha?
Yes, I am.
Okay, would you like to try?
Okay. Boat, boot, bat, beat, bit, bite, bot, beauty.
Okay, that's also good. It's also good. Hannah, would you like to try? Are you there, Hannah?
Boat,
Yes.
boat, bout, put, bot, bait, beat, pit, baity, pot, beauty.
Okay. Good, that's good. من مازال على الدور. I think Najat بس ولا. Who else? Najat, would you like to do it? Would you like to give it a try?
Yes. I think the first and second the same. Boat.
Okay. Continue. Najat, are you there? We can't hear you.
Again.
مش معنا شيرة.
خاطر قطع الكونكشن.
Okay. Can you hear her? في حد يسمع فيها؟
No.
ولا نابس؟ لا. Okay, so أنا عندك مشكلة. We can't hear you, Najat. Nobody can hear you.
Okay, again.
Yeah, again, please.
Boat. The first and second the same.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Pat, bait, beat, bit, bite, but, beauty.
Okay, it's also very good, but مازال مش كلهم. Okay, I'm going to help you.
And the fourth one.
Okay, I'm going to help you a little bit. حنحط لكم معاها كلمات ممكن تعرفوها أكتر. الكلمات المجاورة لبعض معناها نفس الصوت. Okay, the last one كلكم تقولوا فيها صح ما فيش no problem. Okay, let's try again. Who'd like to try again? Okay, let's start with Rashid and then خلينا نمشي بنفس الترتيب هاي. Rashid, you can start first.
Both.
Okay, you can do all of the words now. حتى اللي جنبها ديرها وحط في بالك نفس الصوت راه.
تمام. Both cows.
Okay.
Both goat float.
Okay.
Boat cloud month.
This is you بش ان هذا حرف يو بش ان.
mouth. boot not got.
ديرها لولا زيهم علاش مسكينة مهمشها لولا ما درتهاش زي اللي بعدها. Okay, I have a better idea. ممكن عندي طريقة أسهل. أبدو من اليمين لليسار. ممكن أسهل. أبدو من الكلمات اللي تعرفوها. ونفس الصوت اللي تصل للأخير. فهمت كيف يا راشد؟ Start with the words on the right.
Got not bought. Mat hat bat.
Okay.
Late gate bait.
Okay.
Feet heat beat.
Good.
Kit fit bit. Might light bite. Might shot not bot.
Okay.
Beauty.
All right, so this time أحسن. لما بديت من اليمين في هالوحدات كانوا أحسن. Okay. Where's Senna? Okay. The same thing. Start from the right.
I want to start first.
Okay, no problem. As you like.
Boat coat. Boat goat float. Boat cloud mouth. Bat hat mat.
You forgot this one.
Bait. Boat not goat. Bait gate late. Bit hate feet. Beat hate feet. Bit fit kit.
Good.
Bite light might. But not shot. beauty.
Okay. All right. حتى أنت نفس الشيء. This time أفضل من الأولى. Good. Tormini, who's next? Is it Hannah, I think? Kilani?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hannah, yes. And then Kilani.
Cut, hot, float, got, what, mouth, cold, boat, got, not, bot, mat, hat, pet, late, gate, bait, fit, hit, bit, kit, fit, bit, mit, late, bit, chat, nut, pet, beauty.
Okay. Okay. Kilani, what about you, Kilani? Are you there?
Yes. Goat, boat, boat, goat, float, boat, goat, float.
Okay.
Mouth, cloud, bout, got, not, bot, mat, hat, bat, late, gate, bait, feet, heat, beat, kit, fit, bit, might, light, bite, shut, not, but. Good.
All right. So the same thing. حتى أنت نفس القصة. المرة هذه أحسن من اللي قبلهم. Samiha, did you take your turn? I think you didn't. مازال. Okay, Samiha, would you like to give it a try?
Okay. Coat, boat, float, goat, boat, mouth, cloud, bout, got, not, bot, mat, hat, bat, late, gate, bait, feet, heat, beat, kit, fit, bit, might, light, bite, shut, not, but, beauty.
Okay, same thing. هذه مرة أحسن كانت. Okay, نجاة.
Boat, boat. Float, goat, boat. Mount, cloud, boat. صح علي.
And finish them first and I'll tell you.
Okay. Cut, not, foot. Mat, hat, bat. Late, gate, bait. Feet, heat, beat. Cat, fat, bat. Might, light, bite. Shut, not, but. Beauty.
Okay. Okay,
The third
طبعا.
one.
The third one. Okay, تنصوا فيه. طبعا موضوع ما يقولوا لهم يسموا فيهم minimal pairs لما يبدأ عندك كلمات فيهم نفس صوت الفاول. هذا طبعا يعتبر من التمرينات الأساسية اللي ديما صغار في المدارس بالنسبة للمدارس اللي هم المناهج الإنجليش as a first language. مش المنهج هذا المنهج اللي هم المتكلمين كلغة تانية زينا، لكن مناهج الأطفال اللي هي مصممة للصغار نفسهم اللي هم زي احنا عندنا اللغة العربية بالنسبة للمدرسة، ففي اللغة الإنجليزية مركزينهم في الموضوع هذا بحيث يتعودوا على الأصوات. طبعا بالنسبة لفراي شخصي في in English أصعب حاجة اللي هو مواضيع اللي علاقة بالفاولز والفاول combinations اللي هم لما عندك يقولوا لهم diphthongs. شو معنى diphthongs؟ اللي هو عندك صوت ويتحول يبدأ بشكل وينتهي بشكل ثاني. نوريكم الرموز الصوتية في نهاية الكتاب تشوفوهم. فهذه من شوية من الصعوبات اللي في اللغة الإنجليزية اللي محتاجة شوية practice بحيث يبدأ النطق مقارب قدر الإمكان. إحنا مش مطلوب منا نكونوا natives، ما ناش natives كنا، لكن قدر الإمكان نجيبوا شبيه بالصوت اللي موجود في اللغة. فطبعا الأولى والثانية مش زي بعض في الحقيقة، ما فيش ولا واحدة منهم زي بعض.
قريبات
حتى مش قريبات. ممكن احنا هيك باستماعنا نقول قريبات، لكن رمزهم الصوتي الفونيتيك سيمبل متاعهم مختلفات، كل واحدة مختلفة، ولا واحدة منهم زي بعض. هذه النقطة المهمة في الموضوع. ممكن في وحدات أقرب شوية، لكن بالنسبة اللي هو المتكلم باللغة الإنجليزية اللي بيتكلم لك حيفرق بيناتهم وحيقولهم لك بطرق مختلفة، مش حيكونوا قراب لبعض. يعني مثلا bought caught brought، في مجموعة تانية معه brought fought sought، هذول كلهم نفس الصوت. bought caught brought fought sought، اللي هو زي اللي من الحنجرة من تاني أغليظ زي البطاطا. الثاني مختلف شوية. boat goat float boat، هذه bought boat bought boat boat bought. في فرق، انتوا الفرق حتى لما نرجع للرمز الصوتي حتشوفوه مش نفس الصوت، مش نفس الرمز. bought
لكن تحسه من نفس النهاية.
boat هو الخدعة كلها ان الحرف الاول والاخير هو نفسه. هنا التريك هو في الموضوع هذا، لان الزوز يبدو ببي والزوز ينتهوا بتي، لكن اللي في الوسط هو المشكلة. في الوسط الصوت المتحرك، حرف المتحرك هو اللي مختلف. bought boat، هذه مثلا float ما فيش واحدة بالال هو. اوكي، فهذه قصة boat bought boat. the next one اغلبكم جابوها صح، اللي هي زي out، نفس الصوت بتاع in out، مش نحن نقولوا out outside، نفس الصوت. bout cloud mouth out، يندرب بفم مفتوح. out mouth cloud bout، لازم في فتحة فم. اوكي،
هي
الوقت
اللي لخبطتنا أنا هيك كنا نقول about.
هي اصلا انت لما تقولي about انت تحطي فيه الصوت صح. انت لو about out هي معهم اسهل واحدة ممكن فيهم out هو الصوت هذا. اوكي، then we have هذا سهل اغلبكم درتوه صح، هي got not but. not ممكن لان كنا متعودين على not، حتى دي كلكم درتوها صح. mat hat bat، هذه حتى هي درتوها صح. late gate bait، هذه كانت صح. feet heat beat، وهذه short eye kit fit bit، هذه حتى هي درتوها صح. might light bite، نلبى كلمات هنا بالصوت هذا. kite right، لأنه حتى right. diet قصدك diet رجيم. died صح. died tied صح. tight زيهم صح. هذا شورت الصوت اليو القصير. but not shut hut must hut must اعتقد نفس الصوت. فممكن cut صح. cut put cut لا put مش معاهم. cut must put مختلف. فممكن الصعوبة كلها اليوم هذه الزوز اللي هي boat bought goat caught float fought. So there's a bit of a difference, okay? And this one is out. So let's very quickly, let me take you to the شوفوا الرموز. طبعا الرموز مش مطلوب ان احنا نعرفوهم الحق، لكن هيك كموضوع زايد حيبين لكم ان اما هم المتشابهات وما هم اللي زي بعض. Can you see them؟ احنا طبعا اللي يهمنا الموضوع هذا اللي فوق vowels اللي كنا ندوي عليهم. هذه زي مثلا out، تشوف فالي على اليمين out brown، لو تلاحظوا فيهم زي رمزين.
ايوه
هذا رمز صوتي phonetic symbol out brown. الثانيات اللي درناهم near here father book. ممكن درنا الثانيات وين هو مش موجودات كلهم العلم هاي ناقصات هذا زي الأكثر. could ما درناهاش. cup under cup cut bus, chair, near. درنا near اللي هي زي feet, beat. درنا هي اللي هي on, got, not. درنا اللي هي hat, bat, mat. هي درناها. درنا long I easy. هذه تجي في long I. هي اللي درناها long I هذه. eat, meet, beat. هذه long I. فهذه فكرة يعني موضوع النطق الأفضل ديما تسمعوها قبل. If you see a new word or if you want to learn a new word, it's a good idea to listen to it first. ديما أسهل يعني أفضل. Okay, so let's go back to jokes. Let's see this exercise, the next exercise. Okay. Okay, so we checked the regular verbs, irregular. Now we're going to read and listen to the joke. Okay, fill in the gaps in the last line. Okay, so we have two gaps. Do you see the joke here? Let's zoom in. I think this is too much. Okay. Can you see the joke here? Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
So we are going to listen.
Yes.
So I'd like you to read and listen. So follow with the listening, and then we want to complete the last two words. Okay. And let's see if we can understand the joke. So let's start.
Recording 7.12.
Do you know any good jokes?
No, but Tom's good at telling jokes.
Okay, Tom, tell us a joke.
Okay, let me think. Right, here's one. One day, Mike went to the cinema to see a film. He bought a drink and an ice cream. Then he sat in the front row of the cinema and waited for the film to start. A few minutes later, an old man in a long coat came and sat near him. The old man had a big black dog, and the dog sat on the floor by the man's feet. When the film started, Mike saw that the dog was very interested in the film. When something funny happened, the dog laughed and laughed. When a person in the film died or something bad happened, the dog cried and cried. This happened all the way through the film. At the end of the film, Mike went to talk to the old man. "That was amazing," said Mike. "Your dog really loved the film." The old man looked at him and said, "Yes, it was amazing. He hated the book." Oh.
That's terrible.
Okay, so what did he say? The last words?
He hated the book.
He hated the book.
He hated the book. Okay, what does it mean? What does the joke mean? What do you think it means?
يكره الكتاب.
كره الكتاب. شنو علاقة الكتاب بالموفي؟ شنو الفكرة اللي بيوصلها؟ شو قصة النكتة أصلا؟
هو عيام إنه يقرأ لازم يشرح قدامه.
أوكي. لكن هو شنو الغريب أصلا في القصة كلها اللي صايرة أصلا؟ What's the strange thing?
Reactive with the film.
Yes, the dog.
Right.
Yes, the dog is reacting to the film, right? Do you get the idea?
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal that a dog watches a movie and laughs?
He surprised it.
Okay, so he was surprised that the dog laughed and that the dog cried, right? So when he told the owner, he told him that that was amazing. Your dog really loved the film, right?
قصة على المشاهدين.
هي قصة ما فيها بأفلام تبدأ مقتبسة على الكتاب، مبنية على الكتاب، مثلا زي هاري بوتر. You know Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So Harry Potter it's originally it's a book, and then they made the movie, right? And there are many films which are made, the many movies which are made after the book, or based on the book. مقتبس من الكتاب. Do you get the idea? So
Yes.
so the movie they were watching here, it was made from a book, right?
Yes.
So the idea is that the dog didn't like the book, but he liked the film. طبعا في حاجات في الكوميديا مرات ما تترجمش بالضبط، احنا ما توصلناش، لكن هي قصة كلها في غرابة الموضوع. يعني مش يعني كأن صاحب الكلب بالنسبة له مش غريب أن كلبه يتفاعل مع الموفي نورمال.
يعني هو حتى الكتاب
هو زاد
بالضبط.
بالضبط. هو الكتاب طالع قاري وما عجبش. يعني هذه الفكرة، أنا الكلب مش يتفرج ويتفاعل، حتى الكتاب قاري وما عجبش هو. هذه هي النكتة هنا يعني. فهذه قصتها. So sometimes jokes are, I think, they don't. Sometimes they're difficult to translate. كل لغة وعندها نكتها، مرات صعب الترجمة أحيانا صعبة. But this is the story, okay? So the dog reads and watches movies, both. So two strange things. This is the idea. Okay, I think we have enough time to do our last exercise. Now let's do the vocab. This is our last exercise. Let's do number 4. Before we do number 4, we can match the jokes 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 parts. Let's match them to the pictures. So this is picture A, this is picture B, this is picture C, and this is picture D. So let's match them to 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? So picture A, what's this?
B.
B. D.
B.
You mean number 1?
Yes, number 1.
Yes, correct. Number 1, B. Okay, I agree, yes. Number 1 is B. What about number 2?
A.
No, C, I think.
C.
D. Where?
Yeah, I think it's D, right?
Yeah.
Yes, D.
Yeah, number 2, because this is when the man sat next to him, right?
Yes.
Okay, so number 2 is D. What about number 3?
A.
Yes, A. And this means number 4?
C.
Or C.
This is C, yes. All right. Okay, now number 4 is C. Okay, now let's take a look at this exercise. So we have a little bit of vocabulary. So it says, look at these sentences, then complete the rules with a, or an, or the. A, an, or the. All right, can you see the 3 sentences? So the first one, an old man in a long coat came in and sat near him. The old man had a big black dog. He sat in the front row. So we want to fill in the gaps of the rules, of course. We have a or an or the. So we have 2 options only. A or an or the. Let's read the first rule. Sabiha, would you like to read the first rule, please?
Okay, just 1 minute. We use a or an to talk about things or people.
Okay.
For the first time.
Okay. What about the second one, Rashid? The second rule. Can you read the second rule?
We use a or an when we know which thing or person.
Okay, check the example. What does the example say? Can you read the three blue lines? I'm going to box.
An old man in a long coat came and sat near him. The old man had a big black dog. He sat in the front. No.
Okay, why did they use a in the beginning? Sorry, not a, an. Why did we use an old man here? But we changed بعدها قلنا the old man. علاش? Why? What do you think, Rashid?
Maybe an old man for maybe he know
does Mike know the old man?
maybe yes.
Okay. What do you think, Najat? Sorry, Hannah. Hannah, are you there?
Yes, we use the when we know which thing or person.
Okay. احنا ما تاكدناش من الاجابات، هنسجل في اجاباتكم بس. What about the third one, Selma? What do you think?
I think
You have two answers.
yeah, we use a or an when there is only one.
And in the examples, the three blue sentences, what did we use when we talked about something where there is only one thing or a person in a particular place? Okay, I'm going to write your answer, and then we will see. Okay.
Them.
No, not that.
Why? Okay, why do we use the here?
Because he sat in
the front row. We know the place.
place.
When we talk about one thing.
One thing.
All
Yes.
of us know this.
And front row, how many front rows do we have?
One.
Just one.
هي صفة واحدة صح؟ ما عندناش أكتر من صفة أولى، لأن الصفة اللي بعدها ما عادش بتولي أولى بتولي ثانية، صح ولا؟ هي واحدة بس. You get the idea? So the rule says if you're talking about one thing when it's specific, يعني ما فيش إلا هي ذيك الحاجة. Sometimes in English they use the. He sat in the front row. We cannot say a front row here. We have to say the, because there's only one front row. So we say
حتى
the.
لما قلنا على the old man.
Yes, Najat, why? Why did we say the old man in the second time? Why?
Because there is one old man.
Yes, but why did we use an old man in the beginning? لو هو كان واحد، علاش قلنا له an في الأول؟
Things.
First time talking about
For the first time.
Yes. For the first time we use
نتكلم على نفس الشخص.
صح. على نفس الشخص مرة ثانية. When we talk
and
about the same.
So people.
Yes. When we talk about the same person or the same thing again, يعني المستمع يبدأ يعرفنا عن ايش ندوه. مثلا I will talk about a car. I will say having a car is, or for example, having a new car is very important. The new car I bought last night, or the new car I bought last month was very expensive مثلا. يعني المرة الأولى اللي بتتكلم عن شيء يفضل أن بتقولوا or an. Okay. The second time you can, if you talk about it and the listener knows who you're talking about, then you can say the. Okay. Do you get the idea? Of course, we need to do, I think, more exercises. So next time we will start with this rule. This is a very important rule, by the way. يعني احنا ما عندناش النكرة في العربي. فمعناها حتى الترجمة في حاجات تترجمش. So we have to, I think we have to learn it and get used to it. How to use an, and when to use the. Okay? So we'll start here next time and we'll do more exercises. That's all for tonight. Thank you for your time. I'll see you on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I'll see you on Thursday, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. So see you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay.
Good
Night.
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.